Got it figured out. All right, friends. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. So today we are going to get started straight away with host to post training. So my name is Emily Duba. Welcome. Say hello in the chat if you feel led to do so. But we're going to dive right in because host to post has a lot of different parts, but those different parts all flow seamlessly together once you get the hang of things. So we are going to do some screen sharing here. Give me just a second as I figure it out. All right, let's see here. All right, yay, here's my phone. It will probably lag a little bit, and that's okay. Just make sure that we are following along. And if you have any questions at all, utilize the chat. Larissa will help out in that chat section, and then we'll just kind of keep going. And like I said, if you have questions, feel free to ask. So starting off, host to post is our lead generating system. It is a way for you to get referrals. It's a way for you to grow your network. It's a way for you to find people who are going to be interested in the things that we have to offer. Plus, it's going to open up your current world to new people. Okay. So there are a couple of ways that you can start with host to post. The first way that I'm going to talk to you about is by posting a status on your newsfeed. Okay. So when we go into Facebook, let me slide down to the last place I posted it. Something that needs to be understood is that simple is best when it comes to post. If you can ask like a this or that question, it's going to be more beneficial to you than if you were telling them to like describe their favorite food. Okay. You want people to be able to give 1 or 2 worded answers because then they are going to actually interact on your post. So right here, I put this up on Valentine's Day. I just asked, are you going out or staying in for Valentine's Day? Tell me for a shot at $1,000 on the 28th. Okay. Every single month, our giveaway changes. So I feel like that needs to be said because it's not always going to be $1,000. Sometimes it's multiple winners of 250. Sometimes it's a Louis Vuitton purse. Sometimes it's a Yeti cooler giveaway. Literally, we do a lot of different things and we like to keep it spicy so that people can be interested every single month. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to post a post on your newsfeed. It's going to be a this or that. We have collections and folders in the Boards app that has different ideas for you. If you don't know what to post, reach out to your sponsor. But I tell you what, people have opinions on everything. And so if you can do a topic that's not political, not religious, but it's just fun and light and airy, you're going to get people who want to comment on your post. So going from here, what do you do with people who comment? Okay, I'm going to open up the comment section and I'm just going to click here on Amanda. Okay, Amanda commented on my post. This particular post, I didn't go through and respond to all of the comments. You absolutely can. And if you do, you're going to just continue to boost that post back to the top of your news feed. However, I felt like I didn't really have a whole lot to say back to these people on this particular post. So I just loved everything. I just reacted to everything. So with that being said, I reacted to the comment and then I always send them a message. Okay. So it's lagging on both of our ends. Okay, so here's what I sent to them. I let them know exactly what the giveaway is about, when we are going to draw the winners because they want to know, and they want to know also where the source of the giveaway is coming from. So anytime I have a post, like maybe the post, I've done a post before that was like, do you mix hot chocolate with milk or water? Okay. Seems silly, but people have opinions on it, right? So in my message, I might say like, hey, I'm personally somebody who mixes it with milk, thanks so much for playing along, or thanks so much for commenting. Or you can just go simple here and do like what I did. Hey, I saw your comment on my post about a shot at winning my small business 1K giveaway on the 28th. Okay. So they know that this is coming from my small business. It's not just coming from me, but it's coming from the business in general, and that it's a 1K giveaway on the 28th. I simply ask that you make a quick post about my 90-day better health challenge. Okay. So I specifically told her what I wanted her to post. Okay. In it, so she's not surprised. Can I send it over? Okay. She says, sure thing. Now, if I wanted someone to post about the giveaway itself or a business opportunity, instead of saying, make a quick post about my 90-day better health challenge, I would say something like, make a post about, or like spread the word about my giveaway. Or I might say, make a post to see if anybody else wants to make money alongside me. Okay. But I try to give them a detail on what it is that I'm about to have them post. That way they're not like, oh, I didn't realize that that's what you were going to have me post. Okay. So she says, sure thing. So my next portion is always broken up. Okay. I always break up the conversation at this point, because if you've been in this business for any point in time when we've been doing host to post, people need simple instructions. Otherwise they mess it up. Like they just mess it up. And it's no fault on their end. They don't really know what they're doing. So we have to give clear cut instructions in order for them to make sure that they are doing the right thing. Okay. So here in this section, you see where I say, great, thanks for your support, because you should constantly be showing gratitude for people who are willing to help you out. Here's the post. Okay. And then with a down arrow. In the next section, it's the post that I want to have them put up. Okay. This is where, if you're doing a giveaway, you would give a giveaway post. If you're doing an opportunity post. So here I'm doing a 90-day better health challenge post. Okay. I put that separate. And then I give her clear cut instructions of what I need her to do once the post is up. Okay. I want my people to come back and tell me done, because I'm busy and I'm messaging a lot of other people at the same time that I'm talking to her. So she's going to tell me when the post is up and when it's done. That way I can go and save the post to a collection, and then I can send her a thank you message. Again, you always want to show gratitude, always want to show gratitude. On this particular message, I thanked her and asked her if she would be willing to do, to follow me on Instagram for a second giveaway. Okay. It looks different, and you can thank them in whatever way you see fit. But it depends on what you're trying to go for. We have thank you message that directs them to, like, I have samples that I would, if you're interested in purchasing samples. We have messages that include like, hey, I looked through your newsfeed. I think you could do this business along with me. We have messages, thank you messages that direct them into planting a seed for being a loyal customer. Literally a lot of different thank you messages that you can have access to. Some are in the boards app, and if you need help with other ones, feel free to reach out to your sponsor, and we're happy to help you out with that. Okay.
All right. I'm going to stop you and ask a question right here, if that's okay.
Yep.
Okay. So something that I do here is I always talk to the person about doing a colored background or a picture with the post. I see that you did not do that at all in either one of these. So can you talk why to that a little bit, and what's your selection for the HAP that you're giving?
Sure. So, this was particular because I was trying to get I'm trying to get a customer to complete my 4-in-1. And so I did like a series of posts that were just about the health challenge, because I was trying to get loyal customers specifically. Now, the majority of the time, you guys, I only do giveaway host to post the majority of the time, until I get to a point where I can't keep up, or Facebook keeps flagging me for commenting on the same style of post. So in this particular message, the reason why I did the product message was because I was searching for loyal customers. That's why I did that. So as far as posting goes, I don't really care how they post it. I don't care if they do just the text. I don't care if they put it on a colored background. I don't care if they post a picture with it. I allow them to have whatever kind of freedom they want to have. I really just want my message out there. I just want my post out there. Some people will take initiative and they'll say something like, they'll attest to my character and they'll say like, Emily's been doing a great job at this, and then they'll post it, or they'll screenshot it and put it up with a caption, like whatever floats their boat. At the end of the day, they can do it. And part of the reason is because you'll come in contact with people who are like, I don't really know how to put it on a colored background, or like, I don't really know how to post a picture with this status. Like, not everybody is super Facebook savvy. So if my instructions are just to copy and paste, that's all they have to do. And like, it's like, woohoo, if they put it up with a colored background or not. So for me personally, I don't care if they do or they don't. But you can give instruction if you want to on it. You can tell them to. And this is just kind of short and sweet, and it gets the job done. So that's why I do it like that. Okay, go
I
ahead.
definitely wanted to just talk to that just for a second, because I actually think that that's kind of brilliant. It probably speaks to the speed in which you get them up, because a confused mind says no. And maybe that could be potentially part of what I do that is slowing me down on getting some up. I mean, I still feel like I get 5 to 10 haps up a day pretty averagely, but I know that there's more available out there. So I am kind of wondering if maybe I scale back and train to scale back on that, because my message that I send in the beginning is a little bit more detailed. It's, thank you, here's copy and paste with a little arrow down. And I ask people to keep their settings to private or to friends only in it. So it might be a little too wordy. I'm thinking. So just a word to everybody on my team, how I teach. So I just wanted to talk to that.
Yeah. So even with that being said, I want to talk about like fluidity of getting the job done quickly and systematically. So when we talk about host to post, let me get this out of here so that you guys can see my face when I'm talking. I guess maybe you still can, but when we talk about host to post and we talk about doing the job that host to post is, it's a system. Okay, you're not making best friends, you're not necessarily building relationships with host to post. You are doing you're utilizing a tool in order for your business to grow. So you don't have to have a message with someone that's like, hey, I saw your cat playing with the toy mouse and I thought it was so funny. Hey, do you want to post a status for me? That's sketchy in my book. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to do that with people. You need to be clear and you need to be direct, in my personal opinion, because if you're trying to beat around the bush, people are going to be like, who is this girl? And why is she even talking to me? Like she's after something. And I want you to know that, yes, there is a directive in this conversation that we're having, and I'm going to be upfront with you about it. And I hope that you appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about being systematic in host to post, you saw on that post that I had put up, there were like 89 comments on it. Okay, if I'm going to get through those 89 comments, I can't write a litany to them every single time, right? This is why we use the Boards app. The Boards app is going to save you so much time that you can't get back. Like, once time is gone, it's gone, right? So we want to be systematic in the things that are systems, right? You don't have to rewrite it every time. You don't have to, like come up with a new message every time. All of those people who commented on that post are interested in an entry for the giveaway. So I'm going to send them all the same message, and I'm going to do it quickly. Okay. When we talk about doing it systematically, the other portion of that is sending out all of the messages all at once. Okay, this is how I do it. Now, other people might have different opinions on it. It's not that my way is right and the other way is wrong. That's not what I'm saying, but this is what works really well for me. And so I'm going to share from my perspective. When we do those comments and you get posts that blow up, like we had a post a couple of months back where we were asking people to tell us their grandma's names. Those posts were getting 300, 400, 500 comments on it. If I were to sit down and write a brand new message for each one of those people, I would still be working on it. I don't have that kind of time, right? So what we do is, for me personally, is I start at the top of that comment list and I respond to 20 of them. I reach out to 20 of those people, and it's fast. I get it done within like 5 minutes. I message those people right away. Once I've gone through 20 of them, I react to their posts. So now my post is getting boosted again. And then I go back into my messenger and I respond to those 20 people. Okay. I'm not messaging one person and waiting for them to respond to me. I am flying through it. And if I get to a point where I go back into my messenger and none of those people have responded to me, I message the next 20 people. Okay. That's what I do. I do not wait for people to respond. I just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay. So then what you do, let me get my screen sharing back on again so that I can show you this. Okay. So once somebody has commented or put up a post, okay, here's where Amanda put up this post for me. What I'm going to do is click on these 3 buttons on the right-hand corner of the post. Okay. When you, obviously I have it saved, so I'll just unsave it for a second. When you click on that, you're going to hit save post. And if you've never created a collection before, you're going to hit new collection. You're going to title it whatever you want to title it. And then you are going to save that post to a collection. Okay. Now that post is saved and I can go back to it at any point in time. Okay. So now I'm going to go back to my, holy moly, sorry. I'm going to go back to my original page. Okay. Don't mind that girl's braces. And at the top right-hand corner, there are 3 lines. I'm going to click on that. Okay. When I'm here, I'm going to click on saved, this little purple ribbon looking thing. Okay. Now you can see that Amanda is right at the top because I just saved her post. I definitely saved the wrong post, but that doesn't even matter. So you're going to save the post. Okay. So as you can see, if I go into my February collection, these are all people who have saved the post for me. Okay. This person right here must have deleted the post. So you know what I do? I just remove it from my collection. Okay. They lost their entry. They deleted the post. Sucks to be them. Right. So then you have all of these host to posts that are in my February collection. So these are all the host to posts that I have up from this month. Now, when we talk about what we do with a host to post, okay, so Adelia put up this post for me. Okay, this is where I'm talking about we want to rapid fire through this post. So what I do when somebody puts up a post for me is I go through and I click on the person and I add them to my friends list. Okay. The reason why I do this, oops, Adelia is already my friend. The reason why I do this is because there's going to be times where people will add you as a friend, but they won't message you, right? Like they might forget to message you or whatever the case might be. So I just go ahead and I add them. I don't hesitate. I want those people in my network, so I add them. Some people will put in the comments like, send me a friend request. I don't do that. I just go ahead, I take initiative, I add them to my network. Okay. After I've sent out the friend requests, so I usually do I do 10 friend requests and then I go back and I comment on 10 of them. And then I do 10 friend requests and then I comment on 10 of them. So with April here, I'm going to reply to her. I'm going to use my boards app because that's what we do in this business is we take shortcuts when necessary and we systemize things so that you can get through things quickly. Okay. And I'm just going to comment on it. Please private message me gifts so I can confirm your entry. Okay. Short, sweet, to the point. She knows exactly what's about to go down. She knows if she wants an entry, she has to message me. And I've already sent her a friend request. Okay. So then what happens after I have commented, if she messages me, she's going to show up in one of 2 places in my messenger. Okay. I don't really know if I have anything in my messenger right now that is in my spam folder, but okay. So like, here's, I'm going to show you guys this in a minute, but she said, yes, I can do that for you. So I'm literally just going to go back to my HAP conversations. I'm going to say, great, thanks. Here's the post. When it's up, tell me when it's done. See how fast that was? Then she's going to come back and she's going to tell me done. Okay. The other thing is when they're in your inbox, you're going to have people who say, sure. You're going to have people who say, no, I'm not interested. You're going to get people who don't respond to you. All of that is totally and completely normal. Okay. So don't feel like you are like, why are people not responding to me? Nobody cares that much, right? They're probably busy. They're not thinking about you in any way, shape, or form. They just have other stuff going on. And if they're not interested in a free giveaway, at least you planted the seed. So don't even stress about it. And don't think that everybody is going to do that for you. That's like an audacious mindset to think that everybody is going to want to support you in this. Some people aren't going to, and that's not the end of the world. Okay. So either they're going to show up in your message request, which is this little blue guy down here. Okay. And I don't have anything in here right now, so I don't really have much to show you. But I do have a couple in my spam folder. So these are people who are showing up in my spam folder, but guess what? They're messaging me, right? They're messaging me. Now, since we're not friends, I am going to ask them to send me a friend request. Don't mind Beckett in the background. So I break it up in parts. I'm like, here's the first part of this. Okay. Here's the first part of what I want them to do. I want them to send me a friend request. I want them in my network. I want them to see my posts. I want them to see my stories. So I'm going to have them friend request me. If we're already friends because they've accepted my friend request and then they message Cash, I have a different message that I send to them and it looks like this. Obviously, I'm not going to send this one to them, but basically it just says like, hey, it's nice to meet you. I'm thrilled on behalf of my small business to gift to people with $1,000 and a Yeti bundle. This is the date. This is what I need you to do. Okay. That's what it is. So if they're in my spam folder, I direct them to friend request me. If they're in my inbox, I just give them the instructions of what they need to do in order for them to get an entry. And then the cycle continues. Okay. So let me stop screen sharing on my phone real quick.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Beckett. I gotta find where Zoom is at. There we go.
Hey, Mom.
Give me just 1 second, you guys.
Mom.
Yes, Beckett.
You're muted. You're muted.
Hi, can you hear me? Yes? Oh, thank goodness. All right. Technical difficulties. This is what happens when you try to use multiple devices. Let it just be like known that you do not have to be perfect to do this business, right? Like you just don't, it's just the way of the world, right? Nobody's perfect. So, all right. So let's talk about how to start host to post from a different way. Cause we've all had posts before that get no traction, right? If you've ever had that happen, drop a 1 in the comment section where you put a post up and it just was not doing its job. Okay. So what do you do then? Right? I have found this way to work phenomenally. And I got away from doing it for a little while, but I am doing it again and it is working really, really well. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys and show you what it looks like from this standpoint. Okay. So if I am in Facebook on my computer and you are on your page, you have at the top here where it says posts, about, you'll probably have friends here, photos, videos, groups. Okay. I'm going to click on this followers button whereas you might click on friends. Okay. What it's going to do is it's going to show you who is following you currently on Facebook. It's going to show you who you're following or your friends. So I'm going to click on my friends. Okay. This is your entire friends list. So I can go on for days because I've about maxed out my friends list, but this is going to show you what your friends list looks like. Some people I wish mine did this. Some people's are going to show up in alphabetical order, which I'm so jealous of, but mine don't show up that way. So this is what you're going to do. When you're on your friends list here, this is how I do it. I go, all right, here's a group of people. I go through, I highlight their name, I message them, and I send them a message. Okay. You're going to see, I did not with Krista because she's actually a distributor, but I send them all the exact same message. Sabrina said, yep, I can do that for you. Bobby has not even opened up the message yet. Okay. I'll put this message in our Telegram chat so that you guys don't have to like try to write it down right now. Beckett, shh, mommy's talking. You have to be very quiet. So, and I just send out this message. Okay. And this is where, when I told you guys the other day, I spent 20 minutes sending out messages and I got 18 host to posts up. This is how I did it. Do you know how many messages I sent in that 20 minutes? Probably 100. Okay. And I got 18 posts up. So don't ever think that it's like a 1-for-1. It's not, it's just not, that's not how numbers work. It's more like a 2 for every 20, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, that's really how it works out. So you have to be very aware of that. If your friends list is small, you have to grow it, and you're going to grow it through host to post, and you're going to grow it through adding people into your network. So anyways, this is how, I go through my friends list, and I just open them up. I send all of these people a message, and then I scroll and I go, all of these next group of people, I'm going to send them a message. All right, scroll up. This next group is getting a message. And I literally just send the message. I send the message, and I do not look at who's responding. Not yet. Okay. I cannot go back and forth. It just doesn't work. You can't send out, like in this particular, way of doing it, you can't bounce back and forth, because what will happen is you get caught up in responding to people and you don't get all your messages out. So after I've gone through and I've sent out, I might set a timer or whatever you guys want to do, but I send out all of the messages. And once I've sent out all of the messages, then I go back into my messenger and I go, all right, here are all those people that I just messaged, and they're messaging me back. Okay. They're messaging me back. And now I'm going to go and I'm going to respond to all of them. If I'm on I usually do this on my phone because it's super simple on my phone because of the Boards app, but I literally will put my phone on airplane mode. And when my phone is in airplane mode, my messaging is not getting interrupted. So what I'll do is I'll put my phone on airplane mode and I will respond to everyone. Everyone that has responded to me gets a message back from me. And then after I respond to all of the people, I take it off airplane mode, and then my phone's like, like all of a sudden all of these messages are pushing out and I get new messages coming in. And then guess what? I put my phone on airplane mode again and I respond to all of those people that are in my inbox. And so it's like rapid fire. It's just rapid fire. It's getting the job done quickly and effectively in order for you to get as many host to posts up as you possibly can. So when we talk about, like if you're in a position where you have a small network, okay, your job right now is to grow it. And that growth is going to come from you doing giveaway host to post. Okay. It's the simple this or that host to post that is going to really help you explode through using host to post as a growth tool. Okay. Now, if you're like, I'm really bored going through my friends list and you need other ways to reach out to people to do host to post for you, you have the option of green light messaging, which green light messaging is just when you go to your messenger and you find out who is currently active online and you can send them a message. If you are somebody who's been in the business for a little while and you have added and taken people off of your friends list, green light messaging is a headache. It's a headache because you'll message people who you're not really friends with, but they're still connected to you because they didn't unfollow you. And then I have noticed I get more nasty messages coming from green light messaging from people who are like, who are you and why are you messaging me? And I'm like, well, actually we got connected when you first messaged me about the giveaway. So anyways, You can do green light messaging if your network is small. If you have a larger network, I don't necessarily recommend green light messaging. You can also go to your newsfeed and say, who is commenting on my stuff? Who is currently commenting on the post that I'm putting up? If they're commenting and liking your post, they're probably going to support you by putting up a host to post. So reach out to them and just say to them like, hey, I have this giveaway that I would love to get you entered in. All I need is a little bit of help from you to put up a post on your newsfeed about my small business. Like, are you down for doing that? If they say yes, phenomenal. Now you have somebody who's going to post for you. If they say no, you say, no problem. Thanks. Have a great day. I love seeing you in my newsfeed. Like, it doesn't have to be the end of the world. You can also go to your stories, see who's watching your stories, find out, like swipe up on your stories and you'll see the list of the people who are looking at your stories and message them. If that's not working for you, then you can go to your newsfeed. Okay. The newsfeed of everybody and their sister who is on your current network are in your newsfeed. Message the first 20 people in your feed. It doesn't have to be complicated. And I promise you that if you just just do the things, if you just send the message out, you are going to get people who are willing to post for you. Everyone? No. But there are going to be people who are willing to support you and put up a giveaway post. And why not? It's a free entry. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a free entry for these people. So why not do it? I think that's what I have, Larissa. Did I miss anything?
No, not really. No, I think that the only part that I want to touch base on is, when you are, I have people add me as a friend. I send them the friend request, guys. And then I say, please add me and then message me the word. And I get a lot of people that add me. Not everyone messages me giveaway though, but that's okay. But just being super intentional with making sure that full cycle is happening. You're giving the giveaway out, you're growing your network, and then I have in my boards app, I try to tell my girls like 75% of what you're sending out should be giveaway, 15% DT, 10% product, and just keep as much as that as you can. I mean, you can't control that to a T, but that just kind of gives you an idea of like really, especially in the beginning, growing your network is the number one priority. And then of course we're going to thank them and hopefully plant that seed. So I just kind of wanted to recap that. Does anybody else have any questions to this point that they want to have answered? Please unmute and ask or put it in the chat if you want to.
I do, while they're thinking, maybe they need to think, but while you guys are thinking about your question, I explained this to Barb and Kathy and Crystal last night, and I want to just reiterate what I was telling them. There's a law or a rule that is the rule of the bare minimum. Okay. And the rule of the bare minimum goes like this. If you just do one, you can't only just do one. Okay. And what I mean by that is if you're somebody who's like, I don't want to send the message out because I don't want people to tell me no. I'm worried that they're going to think I'm scamming. I don't want to bother them. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And so you're coming up with 1,000,001 reasons to not send the message out. The rule of the bare minimum is just send one. Just send one. And then what's going to happen is in your brain's going to go, oh, well, that really wasn't that scary. It wasn't that scary sending out a message. So I guess I'll send 2. And then you're like, oh, well, 2 really wasn't a big deal. I'm going to send out 3. Okay, well, 4. Well, heck, this is pretty simple. I'm just going to send out a bunch of them for the next 10 minutes. Okay. The rule of the bare minimum is what's going to get you out of your comfort zone. So if you're like, man, I'm never going to go in my stories, just post one story. Just take one selfie, just put up one post, and I promise you, you are going to stomp on those fears and you're going to see that it's not as scary as you're making it up to be in your mind. Okay. I couldn't tell you how many times I go live looking like this. You know, Crystal will literally roll out of bed and be like, I just woke up. I'm about to make my coffee. Do you know how relatable that is? It's so freaking relatable. People have a hard time relating to people who look to the 9s and to the 10s all the time, right? You don't have to be perfect to do this business. You just have to be able to relate to the next person. And I know for me, like people who I love to follow on Instagram are girls who are hot mess moms, just like me. Like they're just living their best life. They're being authentically themselves. And that's way more attractive than the girl who like is riding on a yacht wearing 3-inch heels, you know, like it just, I just can't relate to that. Cause that's not who I am. Now, if you are that person, more power to you, like more power to you. If you're somebody who wants to get up and put a face full of makeup on and do your hair every day, like do it, go for it, do it. I'm not trying to say anything bad about those type of people, but what I am saying is if you are real and you are you're going to attract way more people into what story you're telling than you would any other way. So, okay, if anybody has questions, go for it.
Okay, yay, okay, finally, goodness gracious. What I was saying is no questions means that y'all understand this, that y'all are getting it, right? And if you're not, please ask the questions because there's no way that we can help you. That's what this point of this is. And so I just really, really want to make sure that you guys are getting your questions answered and that we're addressing that. So, okay, I do want you to go over just the beginning stages, maybe, if you will, not the whole thing probably, but once a person, you thank somebody and you give them the thank you message that ask them if they want, you know, to try anything at your discount or about the opportunity. Let's just do one really, because I think the flow, it's all kind of the same, but I feel like you need to, let's address that. Like, let's give them a thank you message and then go into a conversation flow.
Okie dokie, I can totally do that. So I don't have a conversation. I should have looked in my phone for a conversation, but I don't have one. Maybe you and I can do like a mock one. What do you say? I can share from my screen share from my phone that way. All right, bear with me, just uno momento. I'm gonna mute myself so it doesn't echo like crazy. All right, I'm back. Oh, dang it. All right, no echoing. Perfect. All right, so here we go. Maybe not. Okie dokie. So let's go to Miss Larissa here. Okay, so say Larissa puts up a host to post for me and I'm going to send her a thank you message. Okay, so here I am. I'm going to send her this thank you message. Okay, in this thank you message, I am offering what is actually our Bye Bye Love Handles pack. Okay, all of the products that are mentioned in this are from our Bye Bye Love Handles pack. So if she tells me I want information on all of them, I'm just sending information from that specific pack. If they say one or the other, then I'll just address one product. Okay, if Larissa tells me I'm actually interested in a work from home position, then we're going to talk about that.
Okay, so go ahead and respond, Larissa, in whatever way you want to, and we'll just stem from there. Now, if somebody says to me, I actually want information on both of them, then I take initiative and I just say, how do you feel about chatting about the business first? And then I just talk from that standpoint, because you'll get people who say that too. What, do you not know what you're going to say? Coffee and gummies. All right. Larissa she wants information on the coffee and the gummies. So what I'm going to message her is I'm going to go into, on the No Fear Society, I'm going to go into product messages, and I'm going to go into general weight loss. And the reason is because this message is tailored so that you can give individual product descriptions. And so that's what I do. So I am just direct and to the point. She wants she's telling me, I want information on the coffee and the gummies. So I'm going to send to her this message that says, great. When you stick to your goals for 90 days, I'm able to give you my VIP pricing on my line. Plus it helps you hold yourself accountable. Win-win. Here's what I would recommend for you to see the best results. Okay. The product descriptions are going to be the nootropic coffee and the gummies, because that's what she told me she wanted. I'm not going to offer anything else because she's not interested in anything else. So I'm going to give her a product description of the coffee, and I'm going to give her a product description of the gummies, which is way down here. Okay. And then I'm going to sum up the information that I sent her with a description of what becoming a VIP is. Okay. Because it says here retail pricing and VIP pricing, because they're going to ask, well, what does being a VIP mean? So I nip that in the bud and I just tell them, and I say, becoming a VIP is this. Okay. Then I always end a question with, how does that sound to you? Okay. How does it sound to you? Now, this conversation can go a lot of different ways. Larissa can say, well, I'm only really interested in the coffee, or I'm only really interested in the gummies. Or she can say, that's way too much money. I can't do any of it. She might say, now's not the best time, whatever she says, I am prepared and ready to respond with whatever she comes at me with. Okay. So, well, we'll see what's up her sleeve and what she decides. Some people are curious about, like, if they are able to change up their products, or if they're able to, what happens if I don't like it or whatever. Okay, so sounds good, but not sure about the program. So what she's telling me is she's nervous about investing her money into this program because she's not sure if these products are going to work out for her. Okay, that's what she's telling me right there. That's what I'm receiving on my end. She wants to try these products, but she's just not sure how it's going to fit in her budget or whether or not it's going to work for her. So in a conversation like this, I would probably send a voice message to her. And I would explain to her that you actually don't have to do our VIP program if you don't want to. We have different ways that people can purchase. So they can purchase at retail cost. They can buy a membership and try out the product for 1 month, or they can do the VIP program and then they can save the 40% and have it be on a subscription. So I would have a conversation with her like via voice message, so she knows exactly what it is that I'm talking about. So give me a different answer, Larissa. What might another question be? You don't respond at all. Okay. If Larissa chooses not to respond to me right now, my immediate assumption is her kids just spilled something all over the floor and she's got to go take care of it. Okay. That's my immediate thought. Or she's driving and she doesn't have time to read it. Or she's got laundry that she just remembered is in the washing machine. She needs to switch it out. Okay. So if that is the case, I put her on a follow-up list. And she's already told me she's interested in the product. She already has the product description, but she's busy right now and she doesn't have time to respond to me. So if she doesn't respond and I don't hear back from her, I am going to follow up with her later today. tonight before I go to bed, I'm going to reach out to Larissa and say, hey, I'm not sure if you got busy earlier or not, but I'm just curious where your thoughts are taking you, or Penny for your thoughts, or what are you thinking? You know, like I'm going to open up that conversation again. And I'm just going to ask her where she's at. Where are you at? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm going to ask her. And then if she doesn't respond again, I have another message that says something along the lines of like, hey, if you're not interested right now and there's a better time for me to check back with you, just let me know, because I don't want to drive you crazy with follow-up if now is not the right time. Okay. And then they might say something like, if you check back with me in 2 weeks, then I will put them on my calendar and check back in 2 weeks. So a different response might be, how much is it and how do I order? Okay, so at that point in time, I would explain to her that the VIP program's free. That's free. You're just paying for products. That's all you're doing, is you're committing to your goal. I'm waiving membership fees. You're able to get the discounted price on the products. And then she's asking, how do I order? I personally would say, we can either hop on the phone and I can help you place your order. You can send me your info and I can personally shop for you, or I can send you a direct link to your shopping cart so you can check out. Which option works best for you? Shopping cart. All right, so let me show you how to send a shopping cart. If somebody says that they want a shopping cart link, you're going to go into your It Works Connect app. And this will probably take, it didn't take as long as I thought it was going to. Down in the bottom right-hand corner, there's a little picture of you. You're going to click on that. And then where it says my shopping list, you're going to click on that one. Okay. Now, Larissa told me that she wants gummies and skinny brew, and I already have one, but I want to show you how to create a new list. So if you want to create a new list, you just click on create a new list, and then it's going to take a million years for this to load because I'm screen sharing, I'm sure of it. If it does, we're just going to bypass it and I'll explain it to you. All right. My patience is thin. So basically all you'll do is you'll put the items that you want into the shopping cart, and then it will have you save it. You'll name that the shopping cart with something. I always name it what is in the shopping cart, so I can like go back and find it if I have somebody who wants it again. I have gummies and skinny brew here. Okay, so I'm wondering if this is even going to load, because it wasn't loading the other thing. I have a training video that shows you guys how to make a shopping cart. So if I have to send that in the chat, I'll just do that. But basically what you would do at this point is it's going to show you what the shopping cart list is. You'll copy the link, you'll open it up in a web browser, you'll copy it from your web browser, and then you're going to send it to the person. So specifically with Larissa, I give her instructions. If she says, I want the link, I explain to her, I tell her exactly what to do. I want you to, golly gee willikers. Let me get out of boards. I hit the wrong button. I'm going to, for the love of Pete. All right, there we go. I'm telling her exactly what she needs to do with this link. You're going to click on it. You're going to click continue. You're going to add your info. You're submitting it. Once it's complete, you're going to see a welcome to the family page with your ID. Okay, I explain to them exactly what they should be expecting from when they click on the link to the time that their order is submitted. Now, if Larissa gets the link and she doesn't place the order, I'm going to follow up with her. I'm following up with her. And the reason why I'm following up with her is because she's already told me she's interested. And if I don't follow up with her, I'm basically saying, I really don't care that you're interested. Like, I don't care if you order or you don't order, but I do care because Larissa has a goal and she wants to meet that goal. And it's my responsibility to make sure that she gets to where she wants to go if I can have any control over it. So I'm going to make sure I send her the link. I'm going to make sure she places that order. If she doesn't respond to me, I'm not in control of that. So I'm not going to cry in the corner because of it. What I am going to do is make sure that I follow up with her and do so consistently until I get some kind of response out of her. So that's basically that would be it for that conversation.
Yes. And so let's go, that I want to just kind of point out to everybody, like that's a conversation where you're talking about multiple things, right? So it, when you thank somebody with that message about a 40% off, or you're giving them the specific products to kind of choose from, essentially what you're doing is you're trying to determine what it is that they're interested in. And then you're going to build like the conversation like she did, give them that information in the beginning, build the products, descriptions, and then give them that ending. And that's a quite common thread, if you will, of conversation that you're going to have a lot through host to post specifically, especially if you adapt that kind of style of thanking them. Okay. And so, and it's going to be the same for generalized weight loss. A lot of times when you're putting up any post that you see, like I did ones just yesterday, like if anybody wants to lose, they have to be good with losing 30 pounds over the next 90 days and looking for 3 weight loss models or whatever. It's general. So I'm building a list for them. You can do that in multiple different ways, and then sharing with them some before and after pictures is always a great idea as well. But you have a lot of posts that you make specifically that's about one particular product, Emily. So you walk us through, if like, if I'm just I commented on a post of yours that said, comment me for more information about gummies, how would you take it from there?
Okay, so let me get back to screen sharing with you guys. And this is where like Boards app is going to be your best friend. It's literally just going to be your best friend. So I'm going to show you in the Boards app what I would do. Specifically in the No Fear Society, there are product messages pre-written for you. You guys, the information about the products doesn't change. Like it all can, it's the same thing. No, so if you don't like my wording necessarily and you want to change it up, the information about the product is the same. What you would change might be something like Larissa always says cool beans. I don't ever say cool beans. So that wouldn't sound like me if I sent that in a message, but I do say awesome. And I say okie doke all the time. So I incorporate that into my messages. But as far as like product messages go, at the end of the day, it's all the same information. So don't feel like you have to reinvent the wheel when it comes to that. So when we go into product messages, so say for example, I had someone message specifically about the gummies. Okay. If I have somebody who's messaging specifically about the gummies, I'm going to go to my gummy folder. Okay. So basically they comment on the post that says me, right? So I'm going to send them a message. That's what I'm doing. They're telling me I'm interested. So I'm going to send them a message. This first message tells them what the product does, what the product is, and how much it is going to cost for them. Okay. It's all in one message. There are some people who will break up the pricing from the description of the products. I don't feel like it's necessary, because what are they going to do? They're going to ask you how much it costs, right? Like at the end of the day, they want to know how much it costs. So I am upfront with them about it. Okay. If they are like, okay, well, what is being a VIP customer? We have it already written up for you. It doesn't change. The VIP program is the VIP program. It doesn't change. So you have that written up for you there. Then if they say, all right, like I'm ready to go, let's order. I say, from this specific message, it just says like, I'm getting ready to place orders. Do you want me to place yours with them? I just need some information, or I can walk you through my website. Either one, you're giving them the power to choose, right? Whether they want you to place the order for them, or whether or not you're going to be present as they are placing their order. Okay. If they say, I can walk them through the website, then I'll probably just send them a shopping cart link and then tell them, click here, do this, do that. Because if you want to walk them through the website, it's so many steps. There's so much room for error. We don't want to do that. So just send a shopping cart link. The other thing is, if they say you can go ahead and place the order for me, you have to get information from them. You need to know where you're sending it to. You need to know their card information, because you're placing the order on their behalf. So you're going to say, okay, here's what I need. Okay. If you're going to send them a shopping cart link, before you send the link, I would send this message. Extra offers popped up. Okay. This is before you send the shopping cart link, because they don't really know what's going on the other end of the screen. Okay. So they don't know if when you're making the link, this is actually happening or not happening. Okay. But you are in sales, and you have to remember that the products that we offer work best together. Okay. You can change this message to fit whatever products you want. Like if you want it to align with, say, like the 14 Easy or something like that, you can change the products if you want to. But this is just a message that you can use. Okay. If they are not interested, you send them the original link. If they are interested, congratulations, you just upsold and now your order has a higher BV. Okay. If they give you the information, I collect their information first, and then I send the extra offers popped up. Okay. So there's just a little bit of a difference in the conversation there of when you would send that extra offers. But that's what the difference is. And then if you are ordering for them, you've sent the upsell, you're now going to offer the business. Okay. You cannot ask too many questions. You can't ask too many questions. They are already in a conversation with you. You've already built a like no trust factor. They've already sent you their card information. So there has to be a level of trust there between you and this person. So ask them about the business. Hey, real quick, like you're buying these products. What do you say to joining the team and doing this along with me? If they say no, who cares? At least you planted a seed and you have a loyal customer sale happening. Okay. So offer the business. And then afterwards, send them a thank you message. Make sure that they get their ID. Make sure if you did it for them, you send them their password so that they can log into their account. If you send them a shopping cart link, obviously you're not going to necessarily have their ID and password on hand, but I always tell them, like, thank you so much for your order. I'm super excited. Let me know when your products arrive. Okay. That's usually how the difference in the messages that I send. And then if you want to, you can ask them to host a post for you. If you don't want to, that's totally up to you. We talked about how you can find people to host a post for you already. So just know that you can do that. Now, like a commonly asked question is, do they have sugar in them? So there's this little sidebar here that just tells you. And then if they're looking for more information in the Boards app, we have screenshots of what's on the website that you can send to your people. So there's like bullet points here. It explains how things are working. And then here are the serving or the supplement facts so that you can send that as well if they have questions. So that's all in this Boards app, and it's there for all of the products.
I love that so much. And guys, that's really about the driving the conversation in a specific way. You see how, when she reached out to them, she gave them a good bit of information. If you have my launch board, you'll notice I do it just a tad bit different, and everybody does it a tad bit different. I've done it this way. I've done it multiple ways, but it's all driving the conversation to the same points. Basically, it's getting them the information about the product and making sure, and if they want to use it, if they can use it, if they sound like it is, making sure that they know the price and the program. I do have the price and the program on my launch board separated out, and it's funny because I listen to Jade Hooper, and that's Jade Hooper's process and conversation flow. But we also love Morgan Martin, and Morgan Martin was the one that kind of does the ones where it has everything together. And so we've sort of adapted that. And you can really do it however you see fit. That's why you have multiple boards available to you. I do tend to like to get the conversation going a little bit because I want to know more about their goals. I want to know more about what they have to do. And I know what the next, I want to ask them, is this something that you see yourself using? And I send a couple of before and after pictures after I send the initial message to them. I've had a lot of great success with that, to be honest with you. I think it gives a little bit more of a, people can see what to be expected from it, in that sense. And the next message that they need to know is price. I know that, and they know that. And so you have to be somewhat a little bit creative to follow up and be like, hey, I'd love to send you the pricing information. Are you interested in this particular product? That's a great follow-up if they don't, respond. But usually everyone will let you know. And then the next message is always price and program at the same time. And then it's getting them in the computer and ordering. It's like, that's the steps. You tell them about it, you make sure that they have the information about the product, the price, and the program, and then get them into the computer. Whether you have to follow up with them to do it or do it right then, that's the whole kind of process. So I thank you so much, Em, for sharing that with us. And then do you have your host to post flow on a board? Because I know that it doesn't really have all of that in the Know For Your Society host to post folder. Kind of like your flow or where you have your HAPs or anything. Do you have a separate board for that, or do you just kind of build it on the fly?
So the one that's in Know For Your Society is similar, but a little bit different. And the only reason why mine is different is because I've adapted my own verbiage to how I do things. And so it is a little bit different when you look at the Know For Your Society board, but at the end of the day, it's the same. It's the same, but a smidge different.
Yeah, I think we might need to go in there and step 1, step 2, step 3 it, because it is a little bit, if we're gonna have that it doesn't really have that in there. So for a new person to come and see it, they're not gonna really understand it. But I mean, obviously that's what part of our job is, though, too, is to train people and to show them. And that's why we love screenshots and sending them to us and asking questions, guys. It's really, really super important, especially when you're new in the business. Even when you're not new, like Emily and I still do it all the time. We will figure out a way if we don't know what the answer is. What you and screen share or screenshot and ask questions all along the way. We will help guide you, I promise. So what else? Anything else, Em, before we close out?
I just like peeked at the Know For Your Society board. I'm pretty sure the reason why it's not set up the way that it is on my own personal board is because I want people to screenshot and send me stuff. So I think that is why it is set up the way that it is, but we can always update it. That's something that is easy to be done. But I don't think I have anything else to add to the table. I do appreciate you guys for hopping on. This was a long Zoom and there was a lot of information to consume with it. So just note that we're not expecting you to be sponges and absorb every single thing that we said. So if you do have questions after we hop off of here, feel free to reach out and ask us. We are more than happy to help you grow and succeed. Like at the end of the day, that's what our job and our mission is to help you get to where you want to go. So feel free to ask any questions that you might have, and we'll gladly point you in the right direction.